Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to On Loose Lines, back for another week. And we have got a couple of special guests coming in. We've got a big show planned. Haven't quite got everything organised. I've got to get myself a little bit longer intro so I can get a few things working behind the scenes. If you're watching on either YouTube or Facebook, get involved, send your comments in. The Facebook ones will be shown. The YouTube ones won't be, but I can read them out. Definitely on the right path there. I've got a way of actually fixing that, and hopefully in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, that will be fixed. You always got to put people's names in as they are. Michael Stanley, not Mick. Just trying to get Mickey on the phone. There he is. It was Mick. Didn't come up. That's okay. We'll get Mick on the phone first, and we'll go from there. So all going good.
Hey, mate.
Hello, Michael Stanley. How are you, mate?
Well, thank you.
That's good. You are coming through too. I could have rang you beforehand and done an audio test. Would have made life a bit easier, wouldn't it?
No, all good. No stress.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, going well. Just cruising.
That's good. A little bit of news coming out of Stanley Racing at the minute too, so which is good.
What's that?
Rock and Roll Do, he's back, which is exciting. So he's back here in Victoria anyway, so that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah. It's when, you get horses like him back to the races and back into form, that's it's always a great thing. So, I thought you were going to have some news for me that I didn't know about myself, mate.
No, I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't do that. We've got a few things we're going to cover off on. I've got myself organised now. I've got my site up, so I've got those things sorted out. Obviously, Rock and Roll Do. We're going to talk about the Victorian Sire Stakes because it is Sire Stakes week. We've got quite a few people on. Michael Day Jr., Tyler Dew, Mark Lee, and a few other people. So don't be scared to get involved. Soho Lanakai with Swan Hill and the Swan Hill Tender, and also the fact that he is standing at stud, and then also Soho Tribeca after last week. But we're going to start off with, firstly, mate, congratulating you with winning the Len Smith Mile 2 weeks ago at Menangle, Group 1. Brilliant race, time-honoured race, and congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, Paulie. No, it was a great thrill to win the race. As you say, it was time-honoured race, and I'd only had one attempt in the race before with Soho Tribeca, actually. And I galloped him out of the mobile as a short price favourite to go. So to go back with Rock and Roll Do, who had, his own issues earlier in the year, and to redeem ourselves all round, myself in the race, and obviously Rock and Roll Do was really exciting.
I've got the race playing over the top of us, and I'm playing the whole length. I don't think Club Menangle will want to sue me. If they do, well, we'll worry about that at another time. But basically, it was a pretty cool drive, mate. You were reasonably confident. You let them run the gate. Then once you're here at the 800 metre mark, you're at the death. You're just happy to just sit back off Jack's wheel and just let him settle. And that's a key component for Do at the minute, mate. He does seem to be settling a lot better for you.
Yeah, he is. He's really good. And look, for the most part, he does settle really well. I think just when he got tired at the back end of that campaign, he started doing the few things wrong with pulling and like. But, yeah, look, I was really happy to let him settle down the back there because, as we saw the week before at Melton, he's exceptionally fast, which people probably have never seen. So I was happy to sit there and let Jack go as slow as he liked. And, I was always confident I could outdash him in that long straight at Menangle.
They actually got past you just there. Cam Hart looked like he peeled off your back and got past you, but you won running away from them all. It was sort of a great win.
Yeah, that must be the angle on the footage because a few people at the track said the same to me. But on the track, the outside horse did, never got in front of her. So it must have just been the angle, the way it looked. But yeah, look, even though it was a short margin, he never felt like he was going to lose. So, and that's sort of a silly thing to say when they win by that far. But, people that have driven and been in that situation will know exactly what I mean. He just has been working so well at home, and his first up run franked that and just gave me a lot of confidence that I could drive him like the old Rock and Roll Do from last year.
Yeah, and we forget that he's a Victoria Cup winner. Like we can't forget those things about the quality of horse that he actually is.
Yeah, I think when we look back, even the Caduceus Classic last year was a Group 1, copy that, led Honolulu Bay, sat in the breeze, and I sat 1 by 3, and I was too fast for them that night, and people still didn't realise how fast he was. And then in the Victoria Cup, we've got Expensive Ego, copy that, Honolulu Bays, exceptional fields. We probably had 3 runs that obviously didn't go our way and doesn't look good on paper, but it was just good to have him back and show people what he's made of.
How many Group 1s has he won, Mick? Throwing you under the bus because
that was his third.
Yep.
So the Caduceus Classic last year, the Victoria Cup, and now the Len Smith. And they'll obviously throw in a number of Group 2s in there also.
Funny little thing. Anyone wondering what I'm looking at the minute? I'm just looking at his form because they've taken the Group 1 things off the results for Victorian racing. I don't know why or when they did that, but the Victoria Cup and the Caduceus Club, they got nothing next to them. So I don't actually know when they did that, Mickey. That's where I got a little bit caught out. I thought I'll just go and have a look. Menangle still have them. The New South Wales horses have them, but the races have them, but not the Victorians. So anyway, we get older. Sorry, mate, I was just digress. But we, as we get older, I mean, being a father, I would imagine some of the photos I've seen, your daughter being there with you and how proud she was probably makes it even better, a sweeter victory, if that's the right way. If it could be a sweeter victory, I suppose, Mickey. Yeah,
definitely. Look, Annabelle is completely immersed in the horses. I mean, both my girls are, but Annabelle in the harness racing side of it. Gabby is an eventing rider, and she loves her eventing and what have you. But Annabelle has really taken to the race horses, and obviously Rock and Roll Goo is one of her favourites. She's got five favourites out of the stable, she says, and he's one of them. And it's not just because he's such a nice casual horse, because their second favourite, Saho Seraphine, who's an absolute nightmare to deal with. So I don't know how he's plucked her. Maybe it's just the fast ones. That just to have her so involved and with the horses, and then to share those wins with her is definitely makes it extra special.
Makes all the hard work sometimes worthwhile, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And it's not just seeing her on the track and having a photo with her. Every night at the stables, she's out there gearing her pony up, working her pony. She helps me feed up. She carries 2 feed buckets, and she'll go to the furthest paddock. And, she's feeding up every night. She's hounding me to drive the big horses on the weekends when she's not at school. So it's not just about, getting in a photo. It's just being proud of all the things that I know she does. And then it comes together and we're able to share that photo at the end of the race is the best thing.
Yeah, it was one of the cool things, and I was trying to work out if I can show it or not. I can't, because unfortunately I'm talking to you on the same phone line. So the Twitter feed you put out there about how Do had pulled up well last Sunday, and he's heading towards the Maryborough Cup and with his jog partner, and obviously that was the pony and Annabelle. Yeah,
exactly. And look, little Ollie, her pony, he travelled to Sydney with him, and he'll, when he goes to Queensland for the Inter-Dominion, I dare say he'll be with him. So, they're good mates and they get along well. And, to jog around the track and have a chat and share it and that, there's nothing better.
You've discussed on a few of your plans, Mick. I did an interview with you and all the rest. Was the Maryborough Cup on the radar?
Not really, but neither was the Len Smith. We were initially just going to wait 3 weeks and go to the Caduceus Classic, but because of the drop in prize money, and he came through his first up run so well, we changed to the Len Smith. So, we were a month in between the Len Smith to the Kilmore Cup. So, we either had to look for another run or go to the trials to keep him up the mark. And look, Maryborough is a great club who have accommodated me really well. I know last year before Victoria Cup campaign and what have you. A couple of times, we had some heavy rain and I couldn't fast work on my track and, rang Les and the crew down at Maryborough and they've opened the track up and I've taken him over and just the fast work, not even trials, So, and he's trialled most of the time when we trial him, we go to the Maryborough trials because it's a great track, nice and relaxed. So to be able to fit that into the schedule and take him to Maryborough and hopefully help Maryborough out also, like having Rock and Roll do there for their cup meeting as well as it helps us out for being able to have a run.
Yeah, and it's actually a great cup. I've got the field up. I've got to do two things here, Mickey, make it a bit easier for everyone to be able to see, but that thing's still there. Why is that still there? I need that one. I've got to get rid of one other thing. It is a good cup, especially the 4 horses off the back, which no one else can actually see at the minute until now I've got it.
Yeah, so I'll tell you, we've got Act Now, Kango,
Do
Treachery, Rock and Roll Do, and then, look, even the front line, what have we got? Attack Prince, who hasn't raced for quite a while, but showed a lot of promise, and then Better Be the Bomb first up. It's a really strong cup. It's going to be a great race.
Curly James as well, and Triple Eight were the 2 horses that you forgot, and I don't think you forgot because they were in your head.
No, just trying to brush through it.
Yeah, no, definitely, and so really, really good field. Kango, unfortunately they couldn't get him on the truck his first
Well,
up.
that's the thing. Kango's in the field, but they've got to get him on the truck, don't they?
But
it seems like he's a bit of hard work, yeah.
But he's a serious horse. You and I both know he's a serious horse. We saw him last year over in New Zealand. He really stepped up to the big boys, and so he's a horse worth watching. It's good to see for Maryborough.
He's a really strong stayer. So people that, like you say, a lot of people probably haven't seen him over here, but if he gets to the front, he's a horse that's really hard to get past. But yeah, there's no doubt what I've seen him race, he'll be up there making the staying test because that's what he thrives on.
Yeah, and he's very, very tractable sort of horse as well. I was surprised that he had a vice, if you like. I didn't think he sort of strikes you as the sort of horse, Mickey, that never has a bad bone in his body, but he obviously does have one serious one. He doesn't like trucks.
Doesn't like the floats, by the sound of it, yeah.
No. Rightio. We could talk forever. You have got a party to go to tonight, so we can't make sure you're late for that because you get into trouble for those things. Melton on Saturday night. Just trying to find what race you're in, Mickey. You're going to help me out. So,
we're in 7:30. The 3-year-old fillies. I'm not too sure what the number is. Yep.
Race 5, number 9. You must have been stoked with her the other day, chasing home Sweet Bella. She was awesome, mate.
Yeah, she was brilliant. She's just the most consistent, filly going around. Like she never draws well, but she just never runs a bad race either. She even when she draws the front line, it's most of the time it's out wide, but she's got exceptional gate speed, so we don't mind drawing out wide with her. But probably the second line isn't ideal to put her in the race. But like you said, she showed last week in the semi. She still can work and sit outside the leader and be a threat. Now, the other night, we've only walked and sprinted home, so it's sort of hard. You can't run down leaders when you do that. But it still shows that, she's versatile. She doesn't have to be storming out of the gate and being on the fence. So, and the good thing about Saturday night is Joyful drew sort of wider than us. So, if we have to make a mid-race move, maybe we're either going to have her behind us for a change, which last year we had her in front of us through the whole Vic Bred. So, we can probably put ourselves into a spot where, maybe we're not the one doing the work at some stage and we can be following and stalking a better one and instead of being the one doing the work.
On paper, it looks a good draw. Are you happy with the draw, or is it one of those ones you probably would have liked a couple more options up your sleeve?
I'd rather have drawn the lead, that's for sure, because I think we've seen even through the Vic Bred last year, she Joyful drew inside me every time, and I had to sit outside the leader in the heat semi and final, and she ran second, and third to Joyful sitting outside him. So I'm confident if we actually had the draw to lead those horses, that she could win it instead of being the one to do the work. So it could be better, but like you say, it could definitely be a lot worse.
Yeah, no, she's gonna be in it up to her ears. Soho Moonraker, they just kept rolling too hard. It was too hard to get into it out the back, Mickey, and he goes around at Bendigo on Friday night. Yeah,
he was a bit unlucky. He's a horse that his point to point speed isn't brilliant. He likes to work into it, and that's why he goes better when he's leading or following a really hot speed. And the other night, Doug's Platter just came out in front of me and didn't really take me anywhere. And he's sort of Moonraker's not the sort of horse you can pull out and brush around sort of late. I would have been better off just sort of going up on my own, and we sort of didn't make it through. But he's got a really good draw on Friday night. He's drawn 2, and although it's not the final, he'll be able to use his gate speed and dictate the race, and he'll get his chance to win that one.
Yeah, I didn't. Like you said, he didn't lose any ground, especially the likes of Doug's Platters and those horses. And as you said, it wasn't a lot of card up into it going forward. Firstly, we might actually go Soho Lanakai, mate. Now, he's part of the Swan Hill Stallion Tender, and I will touch on that a little bit later on in the program. But you can go to Swan Hill Harness Racing Club. Swan Hill Trotting Club is the best way to get to it to go and see it. But Soho Lanakai, you guys have got behind the Stallion Tender and offered up a service to Soho Lanakai, a son of Sunbeach somewhere. Interesting thing, out of an American Ideal mare, like he ticks a lot of boxes in the breeding barn, this horse, as far as his maternal side, full stop, doesn't he, Mickey?
Yeah, he definitely does. If you just look at a piece of paper with his breeding on it, I'm not too sure there'd be as many well-bred stallions on the roster in Australia. That's how, like you say, he's by Sunbeach, who is the stallion-making stallion at the moment, isn't he, really? Yep. Captain Treacherous and Down by the Seaside, Captain Crunches were highly fancied this year. And then, American Ideal, Group 1 winning American Ideal mare, who's out of the Intrude family, who's left mate mine Cullen, Good Time Heaven. Now the assister to those was Roger's Passion, who's now the mother of Captain Hammerhead. It's just an exceptional all-round family, and he was an exceptional horse. It's an absolute shame that we never got to see him race on, because I'm sure. I can tell you, I'd much rather be racing him than standing him. But hopefully he can. He can do us proud, as a stallion, because he's got the makings of what we said, the breeding, and he had the ability behind him.
Only had the one start, won by 65 metres, going 54. Ryan Duffy, I don't think breathed that day. It was a pretty easy drive for him that day, wasn't it?
Yeah, look, in hindsight, he probably overdone it quite a stretch, didn't he? But for me now, trying to promote him, it looks really good, but look, he was an exceptional horse. He's such a, I think he's 16 hands, beautiful athletic type, like most of the Sunbeachers. We've got a number of yearlings, we've got 3 yearlings here by him. I think he only had 9 live foals the first year, and we have 3 here in work, and they all show really good promise. I think they'll all make the grade. Nice paces, typical Sunbeach, Captain Treacherous. Sunbeach throws a real stamp on him. Even the Captain Treacherous foals and that come through have that Sunbeach look about him, and Soho Lanakai foals have definitely got that. So I think, I was really happy to support the Swan Hill Stallion Tender when Jared asked me, because A, like helping out the local clubs with things like that, and B, it gives us a little bit of promotion too, to know that Soho Lanakai is out there, because I haven't really done a lot of promotion for him, so there would be a lot of people out there that wouldn't even know that he's at stud. So so hopefully it helps out Swan Hill as it does as much as it does me.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I've put the banner. I only pinched that one off the stay-in directory, Harness Breeders stay-in directory, which should be in the mail this week. You can view that online at HBV, but I've also got some of these flyers as well. But effectively, get you or your dad a call, mate, is the best way to get in touch.
Preferably Dad. Dad's going to be the stud manager, so if anyone wants to contact, I mean, if they can't get hold of Dad's number, of course they can ring me, but I sort of trying to concentrate more on the racing side, especially with Rock and Roll Do going through a Victoria Cup and into Dominion campaign. So Dad is the one to get in touch with for Soho Lanakai. He'll be managing all that, and anyone that knows my dad, he is a real breeding buff, so he can talk to you about any breed in the world. So he's a good man to talk to for your mare, whether you're going to go to Soho Lanakai or not.
He does, and he thinks outside the square, which is one of the reasons I've had such a great association with him. He's quite good to talk to, your dad, that's for sure. His phone number, anyone wanting Ian's number, is 0407 849 465. Or Ian, no, we won't worry about that one. That's a mouthful and a half. Ian Stan 01 at hotmail.com.
At Hotmail, yep.
But just go back, hit rewind once this has gone back up live, and you'll be able to get it 0407 849 465.
Even my socials, anyone watching would know.
Yep.
My socials on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. I'll put those flyers up of Soho Lanakai on all the socials, and that will have Dad's contacts on them also.
No, very true. Mate, I was at Lower Long Farms stay-in parade the other day, and that will be going up very shortly. Anyone wondering when it will be going up, but it will be up possibly on the weekend, I reckon. But Soho Tribeca, he was there. He's back standing at stud. Exciting one to get him back at stud. His progeny, you and I did and Grant, I shouldn't say as well, did a catching up with the kids with one of his young sons that's unfortunately can't race just yet because of this new season. But how are they progressing? How are you finding the Soho Tribecas, mate?
Oh, really good. Magnificent horses to deal with. Just his attitude has really come through in his progeny. They are a big style of horse, which is typical for the American Ideal breed. But the fella that we work with we really like him. I think he's going to make a really nice horse. I've got a filly here that I actually did have him work when you were here that I think you saw, but she was only jogging up. And I've put the hobbles on her this week and bowled her around. And I must say she strode up really nice this morning and impressed me. Really well gaited horses with a good temperament. So I couldn't be happier with what he's produced so far, and a bit like Soho Lanakai, his maternal line and that with Soho Tribeca and the racehorse he was, I couldn't see him failing as a stallion really.
No, and the one thing I was taken by, Mick, and I think people do get to appreciate it, how much that colt that you had paces like his old man. Just because I was doing the videos and watching Tribeca race, and then I'm doing the videos of this horse, and I'm like, there's so many similarities in their action.
Yeah, he was, and I think I said on the chat there with Grant, that was the reason I chose that fella out to video and show you, because he's out of a Sun Beach mare who's very well related. She is a sister to Jillaby Kung Fu. So that fella is out of a good family. But, a lot of people say that, 90% they throw to the mare. Well, that mare was really hard work. Soho Gloria Jane, her name was. Nice race mare, not a outstanding race, but a nice race mare. But she was hard work, really highly strung. Got really keen, fidgety in the stalls, and that's why I wanted to show him, because he really threw to Tribeca. He's just so casual. He has the same body shape, and like you say, he paced and he moved. walked all day on the track. He's a beauty. I do really like him.
Yeah, no, lovely. I encourage people to go and look at Lower Long Farms sites. They're doing a few of them, but their last one was with Soho Tribeca, and it was a great chat actually. Yourself and Grant going through a bit of reminiscing, if you like. It was pretty cool going back and finding those videos and watching them as well, because you do forget some of the huge tussles he had with champion horses like Lazarus and the likes. He was a brilliant horse himself. So, no, really, really good. And I must say, he looked immaculate the other day. His white spot and just shone when he walked out there. He's a pretty common colour, if you like, but he manages to make it just look royal.
Yeah, magnificent looking horse. He's just got that real richness about his coat, doesn't he, which stands out. So, beautiful. He's just a beautiful animal, let alone his colour and that. He's, magnificent horse.
Nicky, I'll let you go. We will just touch on one thing, though, like you're heading towards the Vic Cup, then the Inter-Dominion with Rock and Roll Do. But we did tease out there is still the opportunity going back to New Zealand, not for the New Zealand Cup before anyone starts thinking what's going on, but the race by Grins. We want to make sure people are aware of that when they start thinking about slot holders and the likes. They should be giving you a call, because you're not against going back to New Zealand, are you?
No, we definitely want to get back there to New Zealand. So obviously, as you say, it's not the New Zealand Cup, but look, we had a slot sewn up last year for the race by Grins, and obviously because things went amiss and that, we rang them up and very early and said, look, this is not gonna work. You probably should find someone else. So we definitely want to put that in the target. And as you say, there's a lot to go until then. We've got the Inter-Dominion and Miracle Mile, but I think if everything goes well, we'd love to get back there.
You and I over there would be a good thing. I'm already going to that one, so it's okay.
Of course you are.
I don't have to. I'm not going to Kaikoura, but I've got most of the other ones on the agenda.
Yeah, you'll find something else, for sure.
Well, Kaikoura and Redwood Day and that, so it was a tough call, that one, but I chose to stay here in sunny Victoria, so hopefully it's sunny at Maryborough for him. Mate, look forward to seeing you at Maryborough on Sunday with Rock and Roll Do, and thank you very much for giving me a bit of time. Congratulations on bringing up his third Group 1, which is incredible. He's a credit to you. You had a bit of a head-scratching time, if you like, last year, but you've done a great job bringing him back, mate, and he's just going to hopefully go from strength to strength. Brad Steele's on watching. I'm tipping he's looking forward to seeing him in Queensland as well, mate. So onward and upward, and thanks for joining me, mate.
No, appreciate it very much, Paul, and always up for a chat with you. You know that.
Nah, good as gold. Thanks, man. Go and enjoy. Cheers, go and enjoy your tea.
Thanks, mate. Bye.
I had to have Mick off by 6:30, and I managed to do that just in time. If you got runners in the Victorian Sire Stakes this week, Group 1 racing, don't be scared to send them through, your messages through, and get involved with that. We've still got a big show. Stuart Tanner is on both the YouTube feed, so please, if you're on the YouTube, send them through. I better go that way. And I can relay those out. And then also, if you're watching on Facebook, of course, don't be scared, Kyle Marshall from New Zealand, Cambridge actually, I think Kyle's from. So we talk about the race by Grins. Ronnie Francis. Ronnie, I was fortunate enough the other day to do MC for the Standardbred Pleasure Performance Horses of Victoria and Harness of Victoria, I think it is. Standardbred Pleasure Performance, don't know. Anyway, SPAV they call themselves. And there was a horse and a person, and I can't think of the horse's name, but it was basically been honoured as one of the best ones. You trained the horse, Ronnie, so well done, and congratulations. I just can't think of the name of the horse all of a sudden. I think his name was Dewey. Dewey something it was. Anyway, but he did race as another one. Going there. Town of Trees and Champions from Kyle Marshall. There's a different one. I'd love to know why the trees. There wasn't that many trees when I was there. There was a boat festival on, I know that. There was a lot of people going around with the boats. Dave Miles, Nathan Rice, Jason Gross, sorry. Hello to you guys as well. So please, don't be scared to get involved in the show. I've seen plenty of people on there, plenty of people who have got runners. I've got Tayla French is going to come up very, very shortly. I had to send her a message. So what I'll do is hopefully Don't know how I do some things sometimes. I'll just send her one now and see if she gets back to me. They actually had a runner at Ballarat tonight too. Errol Gaff is on. Matty Gaff is on there too. I saw Matty there before. He's got runners going around. There is 10 races on Saturday night. Oh, that's Bendigo. There's 12 races. I was going to say that. There's the consolations are there. There's 10 Group 1 races, 12 Group 1 races, sorry, with some really, really good chances going through. And I want to make sure that if you've got your horses in there and you want to highlight them, you can go from that. Great supporters and sponsors of mine, Woodland Stud. They have got all up 19, 20, 22 runners going around, 5 American Ideals, 4 Betters Lights, 2 by Seaside, 1 Pegasus Spur, and 10 by the superstar Sweet Lou. You want to start watching some really, really impressive horses. Tune into the Red Mile, if you like, in New Zealand, in America at the minute too, and Confederate. He'd be about due to go around this week, and absolute superstar by Sweet Lou. And then of course, Harasta Trotters are the major sponsors for the trotting ranks as well. They have 14 runners. I didn't break those up into individuals by their breeding. One, I was a touch late getting that. I thought it might not take 2 run, but yeah. So 14 runners owned or bred by Pat Driscoll. There is also other horses in there. So a horse like Got Feelings, you know, that Anton trains. That's not involved in those 14, and there is also a couple other horses that are there that are bred by horses that stood. No, there's not. All the ones that stand are in there. So, yep. So good results by both of those guys. What race, Michelle? Michelle's got Hand Up, Horse, Star, Red and Yellow Heart. Rockin' with Attitude is the horse that she's talking about. You must be late. That's a 4-year-old mare's. 4-year-old geldings. Just trying to find what race Michelle's horse is in. Second last. Shouldn't giggle. Drawn 3. Good race, actually. Very, very good race coming up. That one. It is the Classic Connection, Harasta Trotters. You can see Glamour Stride, Elderbaron Miley, Rockin' with Attitude, Sequence, Majestic 2, Focus, Dichotomy, Mark Lee. Good luck to you, Mark and Stace. Always great contributors. Vicky Bloom for Mickey Watt. Good luck. Good barrier draw for you. She's a Wish. The Pangrazios are always pretty good with Campbell's comments. Rapid Return. We're about to have a chat with Tayla French. I Dream of Millie. Valerie Lane was a nice third, and Susan is her name, was naughty the other day, but was very, very good as well. So big field, big races. All of them are big races, and you got to be in it to win it. But Rockin' with Attitude has got the draw. Horse like Glamour Stride, that's the best draw she's had for a long time, and Elderbaron Miley is a very, very nice horse. So no easy races, but good luck to you, Michelle, and thank you for always getting involved. Race 11, Michelle, let you know that now. Don't go early and get excited. Anyone knows Michelle at the races would know that she does get herself just a wee bit excited going forward. So just trying to do a couple of things. I'm just going to... Oh, we're not, because she's filling up with fuel. So that's okay. So we won't worry too much just there. Tell you what I'm going to do. Will I or won't I? It could go a bit longer. Oh, she's all upset because she got the wrong race. That's okay. Everyone gets the wrong race. We're going to see Johnny McLean. Let's see if he answers the phone. We'll go from there. I'll ring Tay in a second. You don't have to do the visual, mate. It's okay. We can just do this. Johnny's brought himself up onto the show.
Oh, I don't want to do that. Get that off.
You're all good, mate. It's fine. You just have to answer the audio one.
What audio? Where's that? Ring me back.
Okay, I'll ring him back. I'll ring him back. It'll be fine. Right, Johnny's about to hang up. We'll go again. And you missed nothing, Michael House. You're always welcome to get involved in the show. Might have been me that actually rang Johnny by mistake.
That's better.
Better now, mate?
Much better now.
That's very good. Welcome to Campbell's Comments.
Yep.
You're back on. You're on because you got a winner yesterday. I'm actually trying to do two things at once, mate. You should never try and do that. You should know that as well. But congratulations on getting the winner last night at Shepparton.
Yeah, that was good. Unexpected, but that was good.
It's win number 2 since you've returned.
Yep.
It's a very, very impressive win. Well-bred horse. Firstly, how did the horse come about? How did it come about getting the horse, mate?
Oh, I've done a few horses and that for Anne and Bill.
Over the journey?
And, over the time. And Clayton was going away or something like that. And they said they were too busy, and that's how he come up here. He'd been at Tonkins, and then he come up here.
He anyone wondering, it's a horse second last at the minute in the pink colours. And he looks to be travelling okay, but not special. Would that be fair?
Yeah, no, he's a very green horse. When he come, he was very, very fractious and probably still is, but got high speed, but just needs to settle down a little bit. He spent a lot of time going around the roads and that sort of thing in the break, and spent a lot of time on him to make him where he is now. So it was a bit of a success story, really.
Yeah, and he found the line terrific. Of course, he's by Lazarus. Out of Dancing with Daisies and Aunt Major Mare herself. Only got there in the last stride, and it can be a cruel angle, Shepparton. But did you think you'd got up?
Well, they went on the outside of Shepparton. Being a gambler, I know that pretty well. Yeah.
Did you think you'd got up, mate?
I knew he'd won, yeah. You can always win on the outside of Shepparton. Yeah. I put $100 on flies running up and down the wall, and I had a lousy $60 on him, so there you go. Anyway.
When I looked up, so you've had 2 wins now since you returned. You were out of the game for 14 years. I think I worked... Oh, sorry, the other way. 18 years?
Probably, yeah. Good while. Yeah, but we break in a lot of horses. Break in all of Peter Gleason's horses, and probably, as you know, when I was a trainer, I trained Larrakia Lady, and she won a Vic Bred and that sort of thing with Gavin Lang on her. So she was a good horse.
Yeah, well...
And she's the matriarch of all these champion horses of Peter Gleason.
One of the things you can do now, I've got no doubt that part of this is wrong because they've got you down as 3 Group 1 wins. Do you know how many Group 1s you would have won, Johnny, over the journey? Because it's
really.
It's actually not right. Sorry, they've only given you 3 starts and $6,000 in stakes since they've been keeping records. So that part was a little bit disappointing. But
it's just showing how old I am, Paul. But it's all behind us now, mate. So we have to look forward.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But you sometimes have to embrace the past. And I was just looking at these horses when I was looking at your stats at how many winners you have trained since you got back. Rivoli Jack, Bronski Beat, Voigt. Parading's a horse that I don't remember. Larrakia Lady, as you said. Rivoli Bay, Flying Looney, that's incredible. Poshak and Aberdeen. Some beautiful names there back for history, isn't there?
Yeah, Parading won a Mildura Cup.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
How good a horse?
It was a nice little horse, went off to America. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I bought him off a bloke called Frank Nickel. I think I paid $40,000 for him, and he won a couple $100,000. He was a good horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever look back and just sort of reminisce at all, John?
Not really. No, I look forward.
Yeah.
I look forward to every day I wake up when I'm 70 years old.
It is always.
But I'm quite enjoying it now. I'm, breaking in these horses, and like on Saturday night, there's about 5 or 6 of them there that we broke in.
Yep.
Perfect class. His name was Sparrow because my partner named him Sparrow because he's by Captain Treacherous. Jack Sparrow. So.
Okay. I didn't get that for a minute, but now I do.
Yeah.
So how many have you got? How many have you got running around, mate?
Here at the moment?
No, on Saturday night that you broke in.
Oh, well, there's a good few of them. Well, I didn't even take any notice of them. Yeah. Cypher was up here for a good while, just a bit touchy was up here.
Yep.
Yeah, few good ones been up here.
How many are you working at home now?
I got 4 here at the moment.
Yep. Yeah, is that all you do? Like you don't break in big numbers and...
Oh, no, not mainly Peter Gleason's and Lenny Parker's, and we got one here by the Storm inside out of one of Lenny's breed, and it's going to be an outstanding horse. It's a really good horse.
Is it out of Majestic Moth?
No, it's out of Anna Ruby.
Okay, don't know that.
It's a daughter, one of Len's breed, you know. It's
Yep.
On his head collar, his nickname's the Freak. So if he doesn't turn out to be good, to be a lot of egg on my face.
Who gave him that nickname?
Right, me.
Yeah. Ben Stud, Craig Judd asked me last week to start finding out about some of the new season sires and things. Have you had many of the new season sires come through apart from the Storm Inside?
Yeah, poster boy.
Yeah.
The Lowry brothers have got a real nice poster boy that went up to Sanderson's
Yep.
2 or 3 weeks ago, and he'll certainly make the races. So he's a nice colt.
Yep.
Yeah.
No
But
other.
the Storm Inside, he's the one. The Storm Inside, he'll be a good sire.
Tayla French is tuned in. Taylor, I'm just talking to John McLean, and then I'll be on the phone to you. She just sent me a message.
She's my favourite driver, so you know she's more important than me. You better put her on.
I will in a sec, but she had a great week. No, Johnny, thank you. Well done. Is he going around tomorrow night? Friday night? Sorry.
No.
He won't go around at Bendigo.
No, he's been sold. His Pasco's in Adelaide have bought him.
Oh, so he's already gone because he was for sale. That was the part about the horse.
Yeah, he's always been for sale.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so
he was for sale for 10,000 before he won last night, and I think he got 11,000 for winning. So there you go.
all right. So he won't be racing at Bendigo. Johnny, thank you for joining me. Thanks
good to talk.
Always
Bye,
having
Paul.
a bit of fun, mate. So appreciate it. See ya.
See ya.
Johnny McLean, of course, he trained quite a few good horses over the journey. It was just ridiculous. But yeah, pops up with his second winner back from 18 years. He had one the year before, and now he's come back with another one there. So yeah, he does a great job, Johnny, with his team, and he's very passionate. I've got to sit down and have a long chat with him actually at some stage because he was pretty open in an interview I did for a short time, and I do look forward to doing a much longer one going forward.
Hello.
Hello, Taylor. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Very, very well.
Oh,
You are live, so I just got to hang on. What happened then?
No, you were still playing. Your life was still playing through the call.
Oh,
But now I'm on.
we couldn't hear it that way anyway, so don't stress. Firstly, welcome to On Loose Lines. I actually could be at Taylor's. Anyone wondering, I might be there tomorrow to do a bit of a mic'd up, but that's with Alex tomorrow. All going well, I'll be there. But firstly, welcome
That's
to
something else I haven't had any warning about, so thanks for that.
Well, you got 8 hours, which is more than what you got for the Barristock Dash, which you had no idea what was going on until we started pulling horses out. So you did a good job there.
No, I can't complain with the 8 hours. I'm happy with that. Thank you.
Firstly, we want to talk about the Vic Bred Super Series and Group 1 racing. It's a bloody exciting night of racing on Saturday night, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's really good, and obviously the best horses are there, and yeah, it's going to be the best of the best.
It is. It is. Have you gone before in any of the finals, Tate?
Pardon? Say that again.
How have you gone in some of the other finals? Have you driven in any finals before?
I won the 3-year-old Vic Bred 2 years ago on Parisian Artiste.
I should have remembered that, shouldn't I?
Well, I'd like to think so, but it's okay.
I do apologise, but yeah, we did did we do a mic'd up before that or after that? Can't remember. But
Yeah,
anyway.
but before that, maybe.
Well, that's a good sign because you guys have got Stevie G going round. One who was good the other day at Maryborough. We weren't going to talk about all the runners going through, so don't stress, Tay, but I just got up on him. One who was good return to winning form at Maryborough and gets a great draw Saturday night.
Yeah, he does, most definitely. After Maryborough, we probably thought he didn't go as good as what he can. We're a little bit down the dumps over that. But as the week went on and we done a little bit more form and we realised he had to do a bit more work early as opposed to the horses in the other heats. And I know his time wasn't as good as a locomotive, but like I said, he had to work that bit more early. Yeah, he went better than we first initially thought.
Yeah, and went terrific. You got a couple other drivers. The one I wanted to talk to you about was how do we say it, Luciano? Is that how we pronounce it? The Sweet Lou filly?
I say Luciano.
Yeah.
I say Luciano, but I've heard it pronounced a few different ways.
You get the final say. Well, Keefe Cochin and yourself get the final say. Firstly, I'm playing the video now. It was a great win, wasn't it? You three back the fence here. Nathan Jackson in front of you with Chart Topper. He looks like he's got a lap full of horse. Mark Pitt's gone to the free, like he's gone for home. Did you think you were going to be able to get up over the top of them and win?
Initially I thought, because I was obviously in the running line until about the 400 metre mark, and I thought I might have been able to dart to the fence and hit the sprint lane running, which wasn't actually the case. I got momentarily held up. So that was a little bit optimistic whether I was going to win or not. But, he knuckled down super, and his turn of foot is really good. So, it paid off.
He looks like a lovely horse. Pangrazios and Cochins have had good association over the journey, especially even with got to have a Sheffield horse that they did have. He does look a lovely horse to drive. Is he that nice to drive?
He is. He's absolutely beautiful. His nature's next to none. Like, not very often you get these very well-mannered horses that do everything so well. But, he's one of them. So I think they'll hang on to him for as long as they can.
Did you win up the sprint lane on him first up at Sheffield?
No, so I peeled wide at Sheffield. I think I was 3 fence there as well, and I peeled wide just at the top of the straight and ran over him. Yeah,
and only won by a short half head, but he actually won running away, if that makes sense. Like when he hit the line, he was going further and further in front, wasn't he?
Yeah. So he took a little bit to wind up. That was obviously his first start, and he is a little bit done. But every run so far, he's only had the 4 starts to date. He's really come a long way.
Obviously, barrier one's. Is it a good draw for you? Are you happy with barrier one? I mean, 90% of the time it's very good, but sometimes you can get the wrong horse there.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it, obviously, because it is a strong field. We don't have to go cover any extra metres, if that makes sense. You can cover extra metres, but it's better than opposed to drawing barrier 2 like we did last week. We wanted to find the fence early, and actually we didn't do that. So, I had to sit one off for the majority of the race. But, look, we won't complain if we're 3 fence. Like he proved the other night, he's got that real quick dash about him, and he can win from 3 fence. So, I think it's a pretty good draw for him.
Great trainers too, Keith and Shelley Cochin. They've been in the game for a long time, great conditioners as well. So, and it's good to see them get another nice horse, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Keith's very switched on with his horses. He knows them inside and out, and whenever you drive them, he'll tell you how they've worked during the week and if they need to any gear added or taken off from them. And as you can see, our Luciano, his first start, he went around in just a pair of dollies, and at Melton the other night, he went around with a shadow roll and a pair of blocks and a different pair of hobbles too. So it's definitely, his gear changes definitely benefited him. And Keith and Shelley obviously are well aware of what they need, and they do a fantastic job.
Denny Rocks, you drive for them as well in the 4-year-old. It's a tricky draw, and it's a pretty tough race as well.
Yeah, that's a funny one, that one, because going out the other night in the heat, Keith said just try to keep up, and I come back in and we qualified, so we're a little bit in shock. But he's just got to be driven dead cold and driven for luck. And if there's a bit of speed early, he's pretty quick for 200, but he's probably not up to them better ones in that race. But it won't surprise if he finishes thereabouts.
You won't be complaining, that's for sure.
No, I don't think they will be either.
I got Ben started on. If that's Craig Judd, I've already started asking the questions about young horses coming through. Tayla French is with me, but Tay, you've also got Rapid Return. What a super win it was the other day at Maryborough, and I know people can say, you might be lucky in that because there was a couple they were a bit naughty to say the least. But you've got to be able to trot. You've got to be professional enough to trot. It was just a great gutsy win, wasn't it?
Yeah, she is. I've got a lot of time for that filly, actually. She's turned into a real little professional racehorse. She's another one that Dave's taken his time a lot with her, and she's probably a late bloomer, you can say. He really liked the mum of her, and Nathan Jack warned him early days to make sure she didn't get too revvy like her mum. So, he's taken a lot of time with her, and but like she showed at Maryborough the other day, she's got gate speed, she's versatile, she can come from behind. She sat parked a couple of times. She hasn't won the race, but she's been thereabouts, and they were early on in her career. So I don't think she'll be too far away. I think she opened up $81 or something. But, yeah, I don't know. If she performs like she did the other day, I know she's definitely not going to be in front. But if she lets down like she does when I pull her pull downs, yeah, she'll run a good race.
I think people need to go back and actually watch that race. I think it was Exalted, was it, that bolted on Kate's and and took charge. And you're on a young trotter. This horse has gone a mile in front, then it gallops and comes. Yeah, your horse was so professional. That's what I liked about the run. And even when they came at you down the back straight, they came at you pretty strong and quick, and then ran away. I don't punt, but she didn't deserve to be $81. I can say that much. I thought she was a terrific run and very, very professional. The barrier draw is possibly a little bit tricky for you, but still, she's just a lovely horse. There is some good horses in it. There's no worries there at all. But she's one of them.
Yeah, for sure. And going forward, I think Dave's going to have a lot of fun with her. And like I said before, she still is very green and dumb and immature, you can say, and probably being so big doesn't really help the immaturity side of things. But yeah, going forward, I think she'll come back even better after a spell, no doubt. Yeah, she goes pretty good.
I've asked you this question a few times. Do you enjoy driving trotters over paces, or?
Yeah, I love the trotters a lot more, especially when they're so well gated. Yeah, it's a different kind of feeling.
It is, isn't it? There's something about it, and yeah, they're just really nice, really, really nice to watch. How's the rest of your season been going, Tate?
Yeah, it's not too bad. I've got a couple of winners this week. I went through a bit of a drought for a while there, but yeah, got a few on the board this week, which is a good confidence boost. But I've actually gone back to my job, so yeah, obviously I haven't been driving as much as what I would have been if I wasn't working, but during the day I'm at work now, so yeah. Is
that through necessity, and I mean that sort of nicely, or is it, or as much as anything through mental and being able to get out and just relax a little bit, get around other people?
It's probably a bit of both. Like obviously horses, it's same people, same thing day in, day out. As soon as the sun comes up to the sun goes down sort of thing. And ever since I left my job a couple of years ago, I've always been in touch with my boss, and she's always sort of asked me to come back, and I've delayed it as long as I could. And then it was actually, I had to go in for my medical the other day, so I had to ring them and ask, can I have an appointment? And they kind of twisted my arm and said, only if you come back. So I said, okay, I'll come back next week. And yeah, that's kind of how it all unfolded.
So, and it's a unique thing when you say about the mental, just being able to get with other people that don't care whether you won a race or didn't win a race or anything, just ask a different question. It's so different, isn't it?
It is, and just like mixing with the public too, like we get a lot of patients come in that follow my driving and follow the horses, but they're always asking about the horses, but then you got the patients coming in that are asking completely different stuff. And yeah, it's good to have that variety and mixture of people and conversations, and yeah, jobs as well, I guess.
Yeah, well, you get the money. You get the money coming in as well. You still enjoy the game though, Tate? Yeah,
it's good. Not so much in winter, but now the nicer weather's starting to warm up, it's a lot more enjoyable.
You've also got a beautiful property yourself, and Alex have been setting up. Well, where is it exactly? I do know it's Tulane. Would it be? Is that what you call it, or?
Oh, I give a different address every time. It's like Tulane, Axdale, Knowsley. Oh, Tulane, Axdale, Heathcote. That's in a triangle, and we're in the dead centre. So yep. One of our roads is in Tulane and the other's in Knowsley. So yeah, it's a little bit in the middle of nowhere, but yeah, we wouldn't have it any other way.
No, we're going to do a stable chat there one day. We're waiting. Unfortunately, as you said, with the winter, it was very, very wet the couple of times that I have been there. So we want to be able to show it off, not make it look like what it's not, but give everyone a good chance to see how nice a place it is. I haven't noticed any Facebook posts lately of your little filly. Where's she? Is she having a spell?
Which one's that, sorry?
The little horse that you bred.
Heaven, you're talking about? Or Lilibet?
Lilibet, that one.
No, we had a few too many horses in work, so I had to give up her box.
So she had to be tipped out.
She's gone to the paddock to grow a little bit.
she just needs to grow a little bit. She'll be fine. So yeah.
I've just dropped her mum off at Monty B's tonight, so I'm going to have another one soon.
Good girl. That's what you need. The industry needs more of them, so we've got to keep breeding. I've got to keep people like you in it, Tay. So, but yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Hang on a sec. Mills footy coach was talking to me one night. Oh yeah, and she said, "I know nothing about the trots except for Tayla French." So there you are. That's from Alex Hurley, Tay. So that's a good. That's a nice.
Who's Mills?
Alex's daughter. So yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
who's our footy coach?
I don't know. You're asking a lot of questions. So, Alex, apparently she works with Taylor's uncle. There you are. The next text has come through. So, how many uncles have you got?
Yeah, I've got a few. That's not a very good clue.
But anyway, it is a good rap, and yeah, I appreciate you coming on and joining me. And we don't want to lose you out of the sport. We need to keep more people like yourself. Lisa Borg is her footy coach. Does that help you?
No.
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 At a winery. This is very long.
This is like Cluedo.
Yeah.
I've got no idea.
You still got no idea.
No.
You'll be right. You'll get off this, and you'll go, "Yep, I know who it is." Tay, thank you. Good luck on Saturday night. Well done for the week that you've had, though, as much as anything. And I will see you tomorrow morning as well.
Thank you very much. We'll see you then.
No worries. See you, Tay. Tayla French, they're doing a great job and gone back to a bit of work. Get away a little bit from the hustle and bustle, I would imagine. But yeah, that horse of Keefe Cochin's was a really nice little win. Our Luciano by Sweet Luke got up the sprint lane there. You can see it in the blue sleeves, and a couple of horses dropping out in the running line, and yeah, went terrific up the sprint lane and got up the sprint lane very, very solidly to beat two Emma Stewart horses. And then, as I said, there was a Nathan Jacks, whose name just escapes me just as I said that, but that's okay. So yeah, that's it. It's not actually it for tonight. Just got to remember that we need to promote the Swan Hill Stallion Tender. Oh, Stallion Tender. That won't work. What we'll do is we'll get rid of that for a second. So you go to the Swan Hill Harness Racing, swanhilltrots.com.au, click on Tender, Stallion Tender, and then you'll have all of the stallions there to be able to scroll through. So you've got King of the North, What the Hill, Creatine, Lather Up, Vincent, Ride High, Dancing in the Dark, M, Raging Bull, Tell All, Lenny the Shark, Sky Valley, Yankee Rockstar, Soho Lanakai, and Sundon's Courage, all available through the website. I wonder if I did that. Yeah, that would have looked better, but that's okay. I was just trying something a little bit differently to, I suppose, change the way that we present stuff, if you like, and going forward. We'll also say that the Bendigo Harness Racing Club, I'm just going to see if I can get theirs up while we go, but get it up if we can, and there it is there, 2023 Stallion Tenders. So if we do that, and then if I do that one and then go back to that, they've been extended till the September 27th. Amazing Stallions on offer. So Pastor Stephen for Lower Long Farms. Might go back to here. We'll go to Ride High, of course, who went 149 and 1 around Bendigo, and for Alabar. Going forward, clearly a couple of guys have forgot that I do a live show on a Wednesday night. And also this one here from Aldebaran Park, where you basically get $2,000 voucher to spend on any of their horses. There, you only have to pay up to 70% of any of those. So you potentially could get that $2,000 voucher to be used on Aldebaran Park stallions. So Dancing in the Dark M or Sky Valley, either or, whichever way you want to, for $1,400. It seems like a no-brainer. Mick Epps, hello to you. Kerry Lee, hello to you. Peter Ward, hello to you. Yes, it seems a little bit of a no-brainer to be able to get involved with, if you're going to breed to Aldebaran Park, make sure you go there. and do it that way. It's a simple way of doing it, and it helps the clubs. Exactly what Mick Stanley was saying there a little bit earlier. It makes all these clubs' lives a lot easier. Got to remember to turn everything off. I got rid of the airwaves, but I didn't get. Oh, you won't know what airwaves is, so we won't worry about that. We'll just leave that one as it is. But yeah, so all right, that's a bit of a wrap. Good luck to everyone. Jeffrey Dixon, not talking to you. Got a glitch here somewhere. Got a little bit of audio coming through. Jeffrey Dixon actually, a couple of things he actually said here. My heart beats true for the red and the blue. Go the D's. Because, of course, a Melbourne supporter, they got beat the other day. So make sure you get behind Melbourne. Mickey Mouse didn't miss anything tonight. It was a bit of a quiet enough show, if you like. And I am not interviewing Marie. We've got enough going on, Jeffrey, to leave Marie out of it, that's for sure. But we're super excited. We do have EB Mac going round in the Vic Breads on Saturday night, drawing the poll. So hopefully he can get there tonight. Are you ignoring me tonight, Paul, because I'm a Melbourne supporter? No, Jeffrey, I just got them all out. So hopefully timing can be everything, and he might have just seen that and got it out from there. Pretty sure we beat you last start, Jeffrey. Just saying. So yeah, thanks to everyone who has got involved in the show and sent through messages as well. Good luck to everyone racing in the Vicbred on Saturday. Good luck to everyone at Maryborough. I'll be there emceeing the Maryborough Harness Racing Club as well. So that's going on. It was a good day at Lower Long Farms. I saw Susan Hunter was there. And hello to you, Suze. Just tuned in as well. But yeah, big night of racing. 12 Group 1 races at Melton Saturday night. So hopefully it's a good night for everyone. I actually won't be there because I'm going to be with the daughter at Werribee, I believe, camping. So things we do. So good luck to everyone who is there and everyone who has got runners. And on Loose Lines, we'll be back next Wednesday night live from 7 o'clock. Who knows what we'll be talking about? Who knows where we'll be talking about it? But really do appreciate everyone's feedback, and good luck to everyone that's got a horse racing this week, and we'll see you all next week.